How good is this training? It's amazing. Okay, so a lot of people will overcomplicate this. It's a really simple thing. Keep your dog engaged, and if they get distracted by something, okay, no problem. Do you have a way to reward the dog? Do you have a way to communicate with the dog? If not, don't try anything, because what's going to happen is the dog's going to go, whatever, I'll do what I want. You're the boss of me, nothing you can do about it. And you know what? They're right. If you haven't built these foundations, the more you try to get the dog to come to you, the more frustrated you're going to become. Now, when I start recall work, especially with young dogs, I make sure that I have something of value that they want, i.e. nice meat flavored. I can't guarantee that there's any meat in it or actual meat. Could be hoofs and lips and bum holes and all sorts of fun stuff. Hey buddy, but he loves it. Look at that tail. It's very delicious. Now, I do this in the beginning with puppies. Makes your life so much easier. Doesn't mean to say that you can't do it later on. So what I do is, remember the reward placement from the engagement training? I will tuck it under my thumb, and I will then drip feed it to the dog when I'm ready to give it to him. He's not allowed to snatch it out of my hand. He's not allowed to take half my hand with him. He has to behave himself like he's trying to rob the bank right now. Oh, cheeky boy. Nice. And we can introduce some energy into the equation. Now, start nice and close. This doesn't need to be an advanced exercise straight away. Put your bum around there, mister. Oh my goodness, it's like you've never had a day of training in your life. Oh goodness. So you can see that he is suitably engaged with me now. When I start with recall work, I will always start on lead. Just so happen to have a lead with me. Looks like it's my first day. It's not. It looks that way. So I will start on a lead so the dog can't go running away anywhere. I'm not putting any pressure on it. It's just there to stop them moving. I don't want the dog to get disinterested and go, boring. There's more important or more exciting things over there, like birds. We should go and play with birds. However, that is where I would start. With every single dog, puppies, whatever. So puppies might be a little bit different in terms of if you have like a training pen or something similar. They can't go anywhere. So I can have them off lead and we can work on this. So engagement is continuing, right? It's not just a one session and we're done. It is a constant thing throughout this dog's life. Go. Yes. Come. Come. Nice. Come. Yes. Nice, buddy. Yeah. Nice. Yes. Good. Come. Come. Okay, so we just got a bit of a
Mild distraction going on over here with another dog and another family. That's all right, we're going to work through it with Rip. So I'm going to start off on lead first of all. And we always start with the basics of engagement again, so that the dog gets back into the mindset of, yep, okay, we're doing a training session, we're working again, so he needs to switch back on again. Beautiful. So I gave him the chance there. I didn't yank on the lead. I wasn't making him come anywhere. He made the choice to come towards me, and that's fine. So see, he's now checking out a little bit. So this is where your engagement's going to be tested. There's also a bunch of birds around, which he loves. Nice. Good. Okay, so once you're happy that the work that you're doing on lead, good. So I allow him to leave, and then he comes straight back when I ask him to. So I'm going to let him get distracted again. And then he's come straight back to check in again because he knows that I have food available for him. Yes. Nice, buddy. So there's no difference between being on lead and being off lead, other than I now don't have control over his emotions, and what I don't want him to do is check out and go and see what other things are happening in the area, thereby checking out of the session with me. So if you're not at this point just yet, then do not do this, because you will undo any good work that you've done. Come. Yeah. Rip. Rip. Wrong. Here. Good. Come. So he didn't listen to me first of all, so then we up the ante a little bit until he goes, oh yep, he's serious, I'll come back to check in with what he's doing. And send him back towards where the problem is. Good. And then he comes straight back again. So this is where softly softly doesn't always work, especially with these dogs. Come. Where he knows that there's something else there and he wants to go and suss out what's going on and play, but I don't allow him to. Come. Nice. Good. Good. Good choice. So he made the choice there. Yes. Good. Good. Cup. Nice, buddy. Good boy. Cup. Drop that one. My bad. My bad. Good boy. Okay, so fairly significant distraction, and he's done quite well. Stayed back with me again. Send him away. Come. Nice. Missed it. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so, yeah, you can have your slobber back. Ew. So when you're training the recall, there's a few different things that you can use. So you can use your voice to recall the dog. Inflection is very important. When the dog is being disobedient, and this dog was being disobedient just before, he knows exactly what I mean when I say come to me, which is why I had to up the ante and let him know that I wasn't mucking around and he was about to get put away back in the kennel again, thereby missing out on doing any kind of workout here and being here with me. So I can use my voice, I can use hand signals, I can also use a whistle, and I have in my pocket said whistle here somewhere. Nice. So what I can do is I can send him away and recall him by using the whistle. Now, you would have noticed before that I was throwing bits of food away and he would go and pick those bits of food up. This time I'm going to throw it away without throwing a piece of food. I'm going to make it look like I am, and I'm going to trick him, and then I'm going to blow the whistle to recall him back to me. So let's see if this works. Let's see if he wants to play the game. Okay, so he didn't really fall for it. He went a few steps and went, nah, you're just kidding. So let's try that again. But this time I'm actually going to throw a bit of food away and see if we can get him to recall off that. And then he gets fed. Yeah, that's a magpie, mate. Good. Good choice. Excellent. Good job, buddy. Come. Good. Place. Wrong. Come. Good. So we can incorporate the recall. I've got to pull my pants up because the treat pouch is pulling it down. We can incorporate the recall into other exercises that we do. Like, we're going to send Rip onto place. Sit. Wrong. Place. Sit. Come. Good. Sit. Thank you. So we can have him on that place there, and then I can recall him off there. Come. Nice. So very simple little exercise. You need to teach your dog to go onto that place board. Wrong. Place. We're going to build a bit of duration. Come. Come. Nice, buddy. Here we go. Beautiful. Good. So one of the things that we can do is we can recall the dog off a place object like he's on now. Raised platform, very distinct feature. Taught him to go onto that place first. Come. And then we can incorporate recall work into that. So one of the exercises that I can do is I can send him onto that place marker. Place. Wrong. Place. Sit. Come. Nice, buddy. Good boy. And then I can recall him off that place. Now we're going to tempt fate here. I'm going to put some food on the ground just there, and we're going to form a triangle. Wrong. Place. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Before the magpies steal it. Got to be quick around here. Hey, good boy. Nice job, buddy. Now you lot can bugger off. Go on, get lost. Get lost. Place. B. Place. No. Hey, get lost. Come. Yes. Good dog. You got it. Hey, it's over here. There you go. Go chasing birds. You birds are very naughty. Place. Sit. Sit. Nice. No. Place. Sit. Oh, my bad. Bad throw. Place.